up, everybody? This is your boy, DJ Mixmaster, and welcome back to Soulcalibur VI. Man, this feels good to get back to this. I know it's been a while since any Soulcalibur videos, let alone any videos, have gone up, but we're getting back into the groove of things. So if I'm not mistaken, last video we were just doing a bunch of side quests and all that kind of stuff. And I think we did that for the past two videos. And I think I said that we would get back to the main story. So that's what we're doing. So let's go ahead and get back to the main story. I think we're in Athens, right? Yes. Right? Athens, a new astral fissure. When we arrived at the organization's hideout, we were greeted by a nervous Anvil agent. Something wasn't right. After a short, hushed conversation, Natalie turned to me. "We're leaving now, Axton." The three of us hurried out of town. An astral fissure has been sighted just north of here. We need to deal with it before it can grow any more powerful. Others have been tasked with locating Sir Grow and Aswell. Let us make haste. Alright. So we went north into Fendorf. Images from the past. A berserker appeared from the astral fissure, its familiar voice causing Dion to falter. Another one, huh? Okay. Let's see. Your opponent's low attacks do more damage and will chip away at your health when you guard. Okay, so that's fine. As we got closer to the astral fissure, a berserker appeared with a roar. "Exterminate! Outsiders! All outsiders!" What? Was this one of our own? Were they struck down by the cursed sword? It is no longer human, so its past matters not. We exterminate any who have lost their humanity. Ready yourselves!
Battle 1. Fight!
Alright.
Battle 2. Fight! This'll hurt! This is it!
Woo! In the end, you could not remember that you were one of us. Dion, you know as well as I do that those creatures are no longer our comrades. They are monsters possessed by a single, unquenchable desire, mindlessly moaning empty words, illusions of the past, and a nightmare for those still living. Our purpose is to purge this world of anything that does not belong, like this astral fissure. Do not forget that. You're right. I reached for the astral fissure. Dion and Natalie's eyes trained on me. Its power flowed into my body. We are done. Time to head back to town. Time to head back to the town.
Your soul surges in your body.
Alright, still in Fendorf. Bad news and blades. Bad news was waiting for us when we returned. Aswell lived. It seemed impossible that anyone could have survived, but it was the truth. According to our intelligence, Aswell was seen meeting with his followers. He delivered this message to them. 2 months from now, when the moon is full, the ceremony that shall save humanity will commence. The ultimate seed, huh? 2 months, huh? His followers have already begun moving. They appear to be heading to Ostrengberg Castle, where the ceremony will no doubt take place. From what we have learned, the castle is located on a ley line, and it serves as a focus for spiritual energy. In 2 months' time, during the full moon, the stars will align to their yearly high, and their natural energies will reach their peak. Natalie fell silent, a grim look on her face. Next to her, Dion let out a sigh. So he intends to tap into the power of the heavens and the earth. How could he have survived? I thought this man an imposter at first, but this plan has Aswell written all over it. However, if he is alive, then there is hope for Sir Grow. Dispel such thoughts, Dion. Even if Grow is still alive, it is likely he has become an outsider. We have no time to waste searching for him, and when next we meet, we will likely be forced to kill him. If the aim of this ceremony Aswell spoke of is to create the ultimate seed, then the situation is grim indeed. We must act without delay. I agree. We need to rally together to put an end to Aswell's machinations and stop him from bringing about calamity. The only time we'll be able to locate Aswell for sure is when he's at Ostrengberg Castle for the ceremony. So that is when we make our move. Natalie and I will return to headquarters to prepare. Under normal circumstances, we would demand you accompany us. We were tasked with keeping an eye on you. However, we owe you much, so what do you wish to do, Axton? Let's see, tell them you will pursue Aswell. Tell them you will search for another astral fissure. Tell them you will search for Grow. Well, I could pursue Aswell, and it's like, but he's been very elusive. The only time we've been able to see him and fight him is when we know for certain where he'll be, so that might be pointless. I just took on an astral fissure, so I should be fine. I'm gonna go search for Grow. If he has turned, it'll be my responsibility to put him down. After all, he ended up going through his transformation to try and save me. It's only right that I try to save him, and if not, to take him out. Thank you. I sincerely appreciate your concern for Sir Grow. However, he would want us to prioritize Aswell now. With that in mind, will you help us? I was worried about what would happen if Aswell succeeded in creating the ultimate seed. While I feared for Grow's safety, I agreed to help. Thank you, Axton. When we are ready, we will send a messenger. Until then, prepare well. As Dion and Natalie disappeared from view, a voice spoke from behind me. Is it Zaslamel? Yep. They have finally left, I see. Where a moment ago there was nothing, there stood Zaslamel. Do you believe you can defeat Aswell by cooperating with Avil? I remembered Grow. driven mad by the immense power of his manifestation, and how even dead he proved ineffective against Aswell. Zasalamel clenched his fist, shaking his head softly. I do not wish to say you cannot win. In fact, it is quite the opposite. There is indeed a way to defeat that lunatic. Axton, you have absorbed the power of a multitude of astral fissures. I believe that you have gained the strength to be able to resist the astral chaos. That strength is the key to victory. Did being able to resist the astral chaos's influence mean I no longer needed to rely on its power? I asked Zasalamel if he knew the answer. That is correct. You no longer have reason to fear for your life. It seems you still retain your ability to absorb astral fissures, though. Oh, cool. So I no longer have to worry about gathering energy so I can sustain myself. Cool. I felt a weight lifted from my shoulders. However, Aswell was still a problem. I asked Zasalamel how could I defeat him. Listen very carefully. As you have probably already heard, Aswell will be performing the ceremony soon. That means he has been able to create both the cursed and spirit swords. However, they are still mere imitations and can be destroyed by the true swords. Without them, Aswell's plan will end in ruin. Both the true spirit sword and the true cursed sword have disappeared from this world and are trapped in the astral chaos. It would be impossible to retrieve both, but just one would be enough. Someone of your strength could reach into the astral chaos and claim one of the true swords as your own. In theory, at least. Zasalamel pointed at me. However, there is still something you still lack. Whichever sword you seek, you need to bind yourself to it to retrieve it from the astral chaos. Simply put, even though you possess the power to retrieve the swords, you still lack the ability to find them. To strengthen your connection to the swords, you must do battle with those whose fates are already entangled with them. Fighting those with knowledge of the swords will strengthen your connection to them. Then once you are bonded to the swords, you should be able to summon one from the depths of the astral chaos. Know that when you call for a sword, the one that most resembles your soul will appear. Until it is in your hands, it is unclear which sword will choose you. This is the only way to beat Aswell. Only you can do it, but that does not mean your success is guaranteed. Even if you claim a sword, you may not have the power to wield it. And do not think for a second that Aswell will stand idly by while another plots his ruin. If Aswell proves stronger than you, you will die. It would be a great pity to see your life taken away from you just as you have reclaimed it. I thought back to my conversation with Dion and Natalie. I was ready, and now I knew how to stop Aswell. I looked Zasalamel in the eye and nodded. Low odds or not, what other choice did I have? Go. By now you should be able to sense the true swords. Seek strong warriors linked to them. So that's probably what the scales are for. I've been doing mostly good, so that probably means most likely I will be getting Soulcalibur. At least in theory, that's probably how it works. I'm not for sure. Alright, so let's continue on with the story if I can. Oh, I must have to do... well, let's see. What's the shop have to offer? Giant buffs of 25, crit damage, no. No, we're good. Okay. Items. Okay. At all for crit damage. Don't need that. Okay. Explore the surrounding area. Tira. Zoslamel. I could go to Ivy, but the question is, who is she tied to? In this scenario, in Soulcalibur 1, let's see, she was on the side of Nightmare because Nightmare told her that he could help her get rid of the cursed blood that's in her and the evil inside of her. But she didn't realize that Nightmare was the one who wielded Soul Edge. Her intentions were good, so let's just assume she's working for Soulcalibur. Let's go. Alright, arrived. Scissorwind. Misfits. And then let's see, Blood and Fate, that's probably hers. Scissorwind, if I'm not mistaken, is Siegfried's group. And he's on the side of good. Or it could be one of his band, I don't know. Let's see. Walking along a meadow road, I encountered a group of young delinquents attacking a merchant's horse and cart. The brigands were supposedly a part of an infamous gang of thieves. Did I get the gang mixed up? I could. Yeah, who knows? Conditions. Only middle attacks are effective. Defeat all opponents. Oh, great. Well, actually, this actually works to my advantage being Nightmare. Okay, so we have two enemies. One is Raphael, the other is Grope. Okay. Select food. Let's go for gold. I think I should be fine. Let's start. It looked as though there was trouble on the road up ahead. As I got closer, I noticed two young men attempting to pull what appeared to be a merchant from his carriage. What are you doing? Stop! We recognize that crest, you royal lapdog. You're bleeding us dry and getting fat on what you take from us. Because of you filthy merchants and aristocrats, we commoners don't even have enough money for food. But you know we're reasonable people. You leave this carriage and your cargo here, and we'll let you escape with your life. How dare you, you little dogs! Who do you think I... Ah! Shut your trap, you dirty miser! Enraged, the two knocked the merchant unconscious. It was then that I decided to intervene. I stepped in front of the two men. What? You here to save this guy or something? In this case, you're an enemy of Scissorwind. I'm probably butchering that, but if I am, don't kill me.
Fight! This is it! Yes, that is what? This hurts! KO! Fight!
Alright. That's the end of both of you. The two men who called themselves member of this Scissorwind put up quite a fight, but in the end I was able to incapacitate them. As I contemplated what to do with them, I was approached by a group of 3 people. I'm sorry to trouble you, but would you mind handing those 2 fools over to us? The likely leader of the group, a young woman, stepped forward and introduced herself. My name is Salia. Those 2 men are former comrades of mine. After leaving our group, they've been causing trouble and sullying the good name of the Scissorwind. We came here to put an end to that. They're idiots, that's for sure, but I'm to blame for not keeping a tighter leash on them. I intend to take them back and ensure they get a proper punishment, so if you wouldn't mind... I agreed to the young woman's passionate plea and stepped away from the 2 men. Thank you. I apologize for the trouble they caused you. I was curious as to what kind of group Scissorwind was. When I asked the young woman, she quickly looked away. I'm grateful you didn't take the lives of these men, but our group is a separate matter altogether. If you truly want to know more about us, then you'll have to come to our headquarters. The young woman proceeded to tell me the location of our group's base of operations and carried away the 2 unconscious men. Alright. Blood and Fate. Having accepted a request from the Wacroni army to take out the remaining members of Covenant Shield, I found myself facing a woman named Ivy who had a deep, complicated connection to the group. Only conditions, only soul charge attacks are effective. Defeat your opponent. Okay. Guard crush, nullify counter. Yeah, that should be fine. I'll counter guard impact, guard regular health recovery. Let's go with the green tea. Okay. My sword whispered that someone unique was near. I suppose that was you? Just yesterday, I accepted a job from the army of Wacroni, a small nation between the Holy Roman Empire and the Kingdom of France. They wanted me to hunt down some remnants of the Covenant Shield. Among my orders, I found a document describing a woman wielding a strange sword. Apparently, she called herself Ivy. So, Wacroni is moving against the stragglers and malfested trash, I see. They certainly wasted no time. And you must be the bounty hunter they hired to deal with me. I have I'm so stupid. I have severed all ties with the knight and demons. Then again, I doubt that you'll accept that, or that my past transgressions will be forgiven so easily. I stared at her in silence, and she smirked. I suppose this is the fate of those who dance to Soul Edge's tune. Very well, Hunter. Claim your prize, if you can.
Battle 1. Fight! Ready to give up?
Ah!
Ready to give up? Ready to give up?
Ah! Oh, I screwed up. I'm dead. Ha yeah.
Be gone! On my arm! Too easy! You take me for a fool! I'll make you submit.
Oh, I walked into that. I walked into that.
Enjoy your treat.
I so walked into that. I was gonna do the same thing to her.
Chance for mercy.
The soul of a warrior now lays here to rest.
Damn. I walked into that. I was getting ready to do my ultimate attack too, and I walked straight into it.
Battle 1. Fight!
Ready to give up? This on my arm. That's it. Laughable. Show me your power. This is it. This'll hurt. You on my arm.
Ah, okay.
You. On my arm. Ready to give up? You. Blade. Come to my arm. On my arm. No. Hey. Need help? This is it! This'll hurt! You're finished! You're finished!
Woo! Caught it. Okay.
Final battle. Fight!
Come on now. This
There we go. Ugh. Damn this curse upon me! Perhaps death will be sweet release. Ivy was desperate, and desperate people are doubly dangerous. As I watched her waringly, suddenly her sword transformed into some sort of whip. It coiled around her as if it had a mind of its own, shielding its master. But what was this anguish I saw in Ivy during our fight? And how could her sword writhe like a living thing? Who exactly was this woman? While uncertainty clung to my heart, I couldn't bring myself to strike her down. I lowered my weapon, choosing words over weapons this day. I could. I should. It'd be stupid. Oh my God. Ask Ivy about her outfit. For those of you who have no clue, you saw what she looked like. Her outfit is basically a common theme in all the Soulcalibur games. So, if you want to know about it, try to see if you can find someone else who might have done this quest. Either that or on YouTube. I'm pretty sure someone's probably done research on this. But in the meantime, we're gonna ask about let's see. We're gonna ask about the sword. All right. Through alchemic study, I forged this weapon in the hopes of destroying the cursed sword. However, inside it lies a great darkness, life bestowed upon it from that accursed blade itself. The blood of the cursed sword flows through my body and blade, binding us as one. My fate is tied to it, as it is tied to me. Ivy stared at her sword, her eyes intent. She spoke of it like it was a part of her. As I pondered how to respond, I felt the earth tremble below me. Ivy raised her head. A dust cloud rose in the distance. A large number of mounted soldiers were heading right for us. They carried a flag of Wolfkrone. That young regent truly is determined to sweep every last malfested from Wolfkrone's soil. Ivy's blade eagerly responded to her will, curling back into a solid sword. No more denying the truth. If half of me still wishes to defy fate, then the other half must endure it. With that, Ivy turned and sauntered away. She walked with poise, dignity, a haughty and aloof queen beyond approach. Okay, so we're going to end the expedition here. And with that, I believe this is a good place to take a break. Next video, we will likely have to explore, but we're going to go to that red marker. Hopefully that will continue the story. So, like and comment on the video, subscribe for more gameplay. And with that, see ya. Peace.